Anytime I think about very dark black man, do you know what I think? I feel like that guy is that inner voice of everybody. Everybody, that inner voice that whispers some things to you, but because of home training, you can't say it. Because of fear, you can't write it on that comment section. Because of being misunderstood or because of being hated, you cannot just type it. You know that time when you're watching something online and you run to the comment section to go and see if someone actually saw the thing that you saw, but you're too afraid to write that thing that you saw, and you're thinking, maybe by mistake, somebody will write that thought of yours, that inner thought of yours that home training did not let you to write. That is who very dark man is. Welcome to today's episode of Because I Can. Today I'm here to share my thoughts as always. On this channel we talk about everyday life issues, and today, just because we talk about everyday life issues, let's talk about this Bobrisky and very black dark man issue. Ordinarily, on this channel we are very demure, we are very modest, we are very, very mindful. So we don't do street, we don't get ourselves entangled with this issue, but let's relate this issue with our everyday life. That's the only reason why I'm talking about this. I want to relate this whole saga between very, very dark black man and Bobrisky. What am I trying to say? They need to prove a point is the reason why Bobrisky is where he is or she is today. Just because you want to prove a point. People don't know that the flex is in the mystery. Like when people cannot figure you out, when people do not understand you, when people do not understand the amount of power and control that you have or the influence that you have to make things happen, I think that's where the flex lies. You don't have to tell people everything about yourself. Sometimes maybe your friend is in a mess and you promise that friend that you're going to sort that friend out. You don't need to tell the friend where that connection is coming from. And you also should be careful about the friend that you promised to help and the friend is asking you constantly, who really helped you? Do you need the help or you are worried about who helped me to help you? Do you guys know what I'm trying to talk about? See, there's no need for you to prove any point to anybody. If he hasn't said anything, let me pause there. For those of you who do not know what is happening, for those of you who don't really know what I'm talking about, I don't really want to go into the details, but let me just say a little thing for you to understand what I'm trying to say. So Bobrisky is somebody in Nigeria, and very black man is also somebody in Nigeria. You guys know that every 3 market days, every AK market days, those two people are on each other's throat. So it's like somebody reached out to a very black dark man that Bobrisky borrowed for 4 million, my mouth is telling me dollars, 4 million naira from him, and Bobrisky is refusing to pay. We all know who Very Dark Man is. Very Dark Man reached out to Bobrisky online and said, guy, if you owing this person any amount of money, please pay the person back. Don't let me come looking for you, because you know that with me, there's part 1, part 2, part 3. So apparently, Bobrisky just decided to pay the person back the money, and I thought that's where the saga was going to end. But no, this cannot be very, very dark man. This cannot be very dark man. You know, our inner voice keep telling us things. Every time we go online and see some things, that thing that your inner voice tells you about different issues. That's very dark man. Very dark man say, if you don't pay the thing, I'm going to let loose some information that I have. But he came and told us that Bobrisky eventually paid the person the money that he owed or she owed. So I don't know why he decided to still expose 1 or 2 things. So apparently, he told us that we all know that Bobrisky went to prison for money laundering or money spraying at one point. So we later found out that Bobrisky was never in prison. He was given some nice apartment for him to just stay there throughout his prison term or prison time. Throughout the time he's supposed to serve, it will be 5 months, 6 months. So all this while we're here worrying that, Bobrisky might be suffering in prison. Bobrisky was just chilling out somewhere. Is it surprising to you guys? Maybe, but to me, it wasn't surprising to me. Because the way that Bobrisky moved in that country, Nigeria, he must have somebody. Whether spiritual backing, whether manly backing, whether godly backing, he shall have backing. So, do you think that he will actually just, let's leave that anyways. So we later found out that Bobrisky was never in prison. He was just chilling out in one place. He just said, you stay there, don't post anything. Let's all fool these people that you are all in prison. And they had to call some people that were involved, some people that we respect as a son and his son, there are people who play 1 or 2 roles in trying to get him out of bail or try to remove the money laundry off his case. So, well, you guys just go to Very Black Man's page on Instagram. You're going to get all the juicy story. But us on this channel, we are always here to relate it to our everyday life issues. Okay, no one would have known whether he actually went to prison or he did not go to prison, and no one would have known who helped him and who did not help him. Again, he constantly said on that voice recording that we heard that, oh, I didn't know who to reach out to because I don't know who is even setting me up, and that's how the world is. We don't really know who don't like you. For no reason, people might not just like you, but again, you do yourself a great service if you just keep your mouth shut. If Bobrisky had just kept his mouth or her mouth shut, telling people on, see, the way that the world is going, the way that the world, those of you that are like constantly gossiping online, constantly sending a voice note to your friends about other people. See, people are screen recording things these days. People are screenshotting messages these days. Like, why on earth am I discussing something with you and you're recording me? We don't have any issue. Are you planning that, oh, one day we're going to have issues and you're going to use that against me? Well, that's what social media has brought us all. That's where the social media face is right now. So if you're out there as one of my supporters, you have to be careful with what you say and what you don't say, what you type and what you don't type, what you share with other people and what you don't share with other people. I'll always tell you that the flex lies when people cannot figure you out. It lies when people don't know even the amount of power that you have. You don't need to prove anything. People who truly have the power don't prove nothing to no one. So keep your mouth shut and keep going. So maybe we're going to say that, oh, he was actually running around for money to pay those people who promised him that if you give us 15 million, we are going to remove the money laundry case out of your file or something like that, or get whatever he was looking for money for. Apparently, he just called one or two people. So he decided to tell them everything why he needed the money. See, you don't need that. If people are truly your friend, if I put a call to any of my friends and say, girl, this is a matter of life and death, I need this amount of money, I think that statement or that sentence or whatever you guys call it should be enough. I can't tell you everything. You cannot tell people everything. Sometimes maybe if you see, there are some things that you don't even have to say on the phone. Sometimes you have to go to people's house to gossip so that you will be sure that they are not recording you. And sometimes you have to also check if the person is too much involved. How can me and you be having a conversation, you are so much pressing your phone? I don't know if you are screen recording or if you are recording me. So you just have to be vigilant. You just have to be vigilant. You don't have to prove nothing to anyone. Again, if you say very dark man is wrong, you are right. If you say he is right, you are right. What do I'm not here to say who is right or who is not right. We people are not taking sides with anybody, but we are just trying to say that in this life you have to be careful. In this life, you have to know who you tell. It's not even, it's no longer safe. There are some people that we have been friends for long. We have been friends for more than 20 years, and everyone gossip. You guys know that, right? Everybody at one point or the other, you will gossip, okay? But these are people we have been gossiping forever, and no one have ever, like, that gossip has never gone out. You have to know your cycle. You have to have a tight tip. Your friends might not bring you down. Well, they might not bring you down directly because Very Dark Man did not just, that recording didn't just landed on his lap, or he wasn't even part of that conversation. But how did that recording get to a Very Dark Man? Who knows? It was that friend that you trusted so much that said, okay, let me use this guy to bring this person down. We all don't like ourselves. For some reason, people are out here don't like people for no reason. Again, with the way the world is going, people, when we were growing up, we heard that a problem shared is a problem half solved. But right now, I don't think it's applicable. It's like problem shared is problem maybe more complicated. And there's some people in this life that you don't have to get involved. You really do not have to get involved in their problem, in their mess, because every 3 market days are in one mess or the other. Your dignity, your pride, your integrity should not let you get involved with some people whatsoever, because you always find those people in the mud. And if you try to pick them out of that mud, the people will see the mud in your hands that you are involved with that person. That is what is happening right now. There are some people that you cannot be part of their case. You don't want to be associated with their trouble. Because Bobrisky doesn't even know that the people who helped him, he or she owed them the loyalty and the privacy that the world should not know about who helped him got out of that case. He didn't know that. He owed them to protect them, that the people, the world, shouldn't know that this Mr. A, Mr. B was involved in this case. They were the people who found a way for me. I don't think that girl or that lady, I don't think that man or that lady really understand that sometimes when people who stick out their neck for you, you owe them to protect them, their image, if at all they have. And we sometimes we rate a lot of people so high, but deep down, a lot of people, you see these values, integrity, some people don't have it. We are the one out here just rating people so highly. Some people don't have morals whatsoever, no integrity, no morals, no nothing. Because why is some people's name mentioned around Bobrisky? Why? There are just some cases that you just leave it for some random people to handle. Some cases are just too minor for you as a person that we all respect to be associated with such all of this street case. Leave street case for street lawyers. God has elevated you to some level. You can't bring yourself down. So in this life, always know who you stand with. I'm not saying you should disown your friend when the person is in trouble, but if you truly know who you are, if you're somebody of integrity, if you're somebody of value, your friends should also be someone of value. You cannot just associate with just about anybody because they don't have nothing to protect. They're already down there. They can drag anybody with them in the mud. So what am I trying to say? At this day and time, the less you say, it's better for you. And you don't owe anybody any explanation. Anyone that wants to help you will help you. Whether you say all the story, whether you say half story, or whether you don't say nothing at all. Like I said, if I can call anyone now and say it's between life and death, if that explanation doesn't make sense with you and you can't help me, you can leave it. You can leave it at that. So those of you who are constantly gossiping, you're no longer safe. You're constantly gossiping online, you're constantly gossiping, sending gossip text messages. Those of you who are constantly sharing your secrets online, you are no longer safe because that secret of yours might just land in the wrong or the worst person's hand. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode.